What up, friends? Welcome back to another Car Sessions. How's everybody doing? Hopefully well. It's a gloriously gloomy day. It's May 21st, I think. Monday before this goes out. It's 6 a.m. Doesn't look like 6 a.m. It's because of the gloom. I'm not really seeing the sunrise, I'm just seeing the light. I like gloomy days. I really do. But I will say I don't like gloomy days during the winter. Those suck. I hate them. I hate the dead trees. I hate that everything just looks dead around me. It's miserable. But it is what it is. We're finally in spring. It's raining today. I don't know if you can hear the pitter-patter of rain on the windshield. I don't have any control over that, but that was kind of funny, that timing. Woo! Listen to that. Windshield wiper. I recorded this a lot so far. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to say. And then after the multiple recordings, I finally chalked up on a topic. And this one's an interesting one, for me in my mind anyways. So, the way I look at this topic is that in today's day and age, it's probably a very controversial topic. And it has to do with stuff that happened when I was in school. Particularly when I first started going to school. Like, really, really young. And I think about this story, and my mom told me this story when I was like 16, and I didn't know of this story at all. And when she told me this story, I like laughed my ass off, because it was a funny story. It's a super funny story. But then I sit there and I think about it, and yeah, in today's day and age, it would be a very controversial thing. Maybe, I don't know. You tell me, internet. You tell me. So, let's go back in time. 24 years ago, when I was a wee little, probably like 2 inches shorter, because I was really tall as a child, but then I like peaked, and then that was it. I was just not, that was it. I didn't get any taller. So anyways, roll to, then, me, tiny, kindergarten is where this all happened. My mom tells me this story when I'm 16, and it's just the funniest thing in my mind, still. Well, one of the funniest things. I'm not laughing right now, but it's funny. So when I was 4, started preschool. No, yeah, preschool, not kindergarten. Damn. Preschool. And just a little background. I didn't have the most normal of childhoods. I didn't go to a daycare. I didn't have babysitters. My mom owned a business, the laundromat, and I was there like all the time. And jokingly, I was called the laundromat baby. And so that all just has to spawn with that story of my childhood living at the laundromat for most of my life, being there all the time as a kid. And so when I started school, because it was preschool, they allowed the bus to drop me off wherever. And so the bus would literally pick me up from the laundromat and take me back to the laundromat. And that was like the only year they did it. Maybe in kindergarten too. Maybe not. That was it. So anyways, I remember I used to be very excited about school. I used to love raising my hand, answering questions. And I don't know if it was that day or if it was a different day that caused me to start hating school. It's probably a different day. I don't remember hating school in preschool. And so what happened, I'm getting to it. I remember being really excited. We gathered around, a little share circle as you do, it's preschool. And the teacher, I'm not going to say her name, honestly I don't even know if she's still alive, she was rather old when in her class, so. She asked us the question, she's like, hey, just curious, where do you guys eat breakfast? And again, I loved school. I was super excited to learn. I was super excited to share my answers. And so I rose my hand and I was like, I got this. I know this one. I know where I eat breakfast. And she calls him. She's like, Ben, where do you eat breakfast? And I'm like, the laundromat. And she looks at me and she's kind of like, no, that's not correct. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, it is. That's where I eat breakfast. I eat breakfast at the laundromat. And she's like, no, yeah, that's wrong. So my little jackass raises his hand, and she calls on him, don't remember who, and he's like, the breakfast table. And she's like, yeah, the breakfast table, or the dinner table, or the dining table. And I just sit there and I'm so dumbfounded. Like, what? My answer was totally right. Because it's all about perspective. I keep going and I keep saying about that thing, about perspective. So anyways, that was it. Like, I'm a dumb kid because I ate breakfast at the laundromat. Well, apparently, and again, I didn't learn this until about 16 years old, my mom was like, something happened one day when you were in preschool. I was like, what? So apparently when my mom picked me up that day, after everything had happened, before, I was actually picked up and went home, the teacher pulled my mom to the side and was just like, hey, we had a little incident today in class. Nothing too alarming. But I was just curious, is Ben a little special? And my mom was completely confused. She's like, what? What do you mean? And so she told her the story of what happened and my answer to the question. And my mom was like, no. Like, because of how things work, he literally eats breakfast at the laundromat. Like, I drive him to work, the business we own, the bus picks him up, and then takes him to school, and then drops him off there. And the teacher was just like, oh, that explains so much. I don't know that it explains so much, but maybe that's what you're all thinking right now, is that, oh, that explains so much. Ben is a little special because he spent his childhood in a laundromat. Oh, God. Dude, that story. But here's the thing. Like, I think my mom handled that story, or that incident, rather well. Like, it's just, again, perspective and explanations and things. I look at today's day and age and think, man, if that were any other person's mom, where a teacher accused a child of being special, that parent in today's day and age, just because of how things are and how we are as society and people, the person may have exploded and been like, what do you mean my kid's special? What, are you special? Like, just all these things could have happened. Big blow up, big whatever. And I look at that and I'm like, that's funny. And we've come a long way. And things are different. Things in life are different. Like, for example, the other thing, Utah passing the free-range child-raising law, which sounds really weird because it's like, what am I raising my kids on a free range, like just on a farm like cattle? No, that's not what that means. It's letting kids just go to parks by themselves or walk to school by themselves, like all these little things. And like, I just feel so disconnected to the world because when I was a kid, I used to walk home all the time. I literally lived in a neighborhood that was right by a school, and I would walk there and walk home and all this and that. And apparently just, it's all these people that get so offended or like baffled that kids can be out on their own and do their thing, like just walk to school or go to the park and play. And on the flip side, I get it. There are some dangers now that seem to happen more often than they used to. And so we have this panic and this sheltering in society, and I don't know where I'm going with this, other than to say, like, as people, we need to be better to each other. And why do we have these worries in the world, I guess? Because it sucks. Like, I think someone posted on my Facebook page rather well, was kids aren't kids anymore, and it sucks, you know? It really sucks. And I wish kids could be kids again, because I always wish I could go back to being a kid. Being an adult sucks. You gotta pay bills. You gotta worry about life stresses like going to your job, dealing with other people that make your job miserable. Or maybe you don't have a job that makes you miserable. Maybe you have a job that makes you happy. Life decisions, all those things. Like, as a kid, you were just so carefree. And now kids can't even be carefree. And it sucks. And I don't know how long I've been ranting, so I'm just going to end this here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that story. Hopefully you'll be better at each other and all that good stuff. If you like this video, please consider liking. Please consider subscribing. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys next time. Acceleration. Thanks again for watching.